What is going on, Cowboys Nation? No, we've kind of been a little in and out. Things have been happening. Okay, things have been happening. But you best believe Turkey Day extravaganza, and we look at the menu, and the Commanders are on deck. You think we wasn't about to pull up? Man, settle in, Cowboys Nation, as we get ready here on the eve of Turkey to talk about these Dallas Cowboys. Let's start the show.
BJ Nix, are you here?
Present.
Present. Spoonie, Timothy Spoonie.
Present, sir.
Margaret and Mary. Do we have a Margaret and Mary?
Yes. And the margaritas.
All right. Class here. We're ready. Let's go.
Yes, let's go.
And the Cowboys have it. It's Parsons on top of it.
Yes, indeedy. It is me personally. This is my favorite holiday of the year. I'll be honest with you. My daughter's grown, but secretly, even before that, it was my favorite holiday of the year. I like the food. I love the family, and of course, there's always Cowboys football, no matter what. So yeah, I cannot wait. It is my absolute favorite holiday of the year. So I'm up here. Before we get rolling, I want to say very simply, for those that follow me on Twitter and social media and everything, obviously a friend of mine, we've known each other for 14, 15, 30 years, going through some things. The reach outs, the love, the inboxes, the text messages, the whole nine, the thoughts and prayers, the energy. Salute to everybody. I'm very thankful for everyone that reached out and what they did, verbally and non-verbally, because I felt that in a lot of different ways. We're trending in the right direction. Long way to go still, but trending in the right direction. I just want to take that moment here as on the eve of Thanksgiving to give that thanks back to those that have checked in on me and has been supporting throughout the situation. So salute to my guy John, aka we call him J5, aka Johnny Stays Alive for those that remember Short Circuit, as he's trending. And indeed, he is still alive after flatlining 5 minutes. His heart stopped for 5 minutes, and he's bounced back and he is conscious now. So much to the point at 3 a.m., even with mids on, he's like, I'm done here, and pulled the breathing tube out and said, no, you're not putting that back in me. So the marathon continues, if you will, as we trend in the right direction. I just want to give that little space of time to let everybody know. Appreciate it. It was received, and thank you very much. But with that being said, all the sappy out of the way, my guy Spoon, here we are, man. The eve of Thanksgiving. How we doing, brother?
Yes, doing great, feeling much better, and I'm again, BG, I'm praying for you and your family, your loved ones, your friends, and again, I'm it's great news to hear that it's some positive news moving forward with this, and we all going to continue to keep praying. I'm also thankful for Cowboy Nation, of course. I'm thankful for my brothers over here. Professor O, I know can't be with us today. Our sister Mary, and just Cowboy Nation, just for supporting Pick Six Sports. Before it was a Star Game podcast, but you guys are still with us
Gang
all
gang.
through. Yeah, all throughout the years, and for the great thing about it is that we can keep having fun as we deal with the Dallas Cowboys, and I'm praying. Matter of fact, I'm praying, but I know it's gonna happen. And come February, we all gonna get very acquainted with each other. We all gonna meet each other because we may have to go to a parade to celebrate. But overall, I'm thankful for you guys and blessings.
Yeah, that part. I don't think Mary has her contact lens because she's squinting.
Oh yeah, no, I can't see. But hi, long time no see. Star Gang or
uh,
six.
yeah. I mean, we can bring out Esmaga Umi in the building, gang. Yeah, I mean, we'll throw it back once to the old Star Game, the originals here from the
Yeah.
beginning, gang for sure on Thanksgiving. Mary, you've been around the world and back again. Hello.
Yeah, I was on a very long, needed vacation. It was great. Excited to. I haven't spent Thanksgiving with my family in like 2-3 years because I'm usually out of the country around this time
Mm,
instead of earlier in the month. So I'm thankful for that. I get to spend some time with them, and excited for this game tomorrow.
yes. My God, Dom. How we doing, brother?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We back again. We back at it.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm excited. Yeah, this is, just it's all the holidays to me. So, this whole time of year, this is my time of year. It's big man weather.
Let's
Check.
go. We back. We back, baby.
All the soups, salads, food. Check. Friends and family. Check. And then Cowboys football. So, I'm ready to get after it. I'm excited for this slate that we have up tonight. Might be a little bit of a abbreviated show, but hey,
We got
I'm ready.
time.
I'm ready.
Get comfortable. We're gonna get comfortable. We got time. Hey, look, Baru, hey, man, I keep caps in the cut. Trust. I keep caps in the cut. Hey, and Loki and our brother Professor O, who cannot be here with us. He's got some moving things, some family things that are going on.
Yeah.
Make sure you uplift, keep him in the thoughts and prayers as well too. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So salute to O, and sometimes you do some of those things that we handle in. So definitely
Mhm.
keep him in your thoughts and prayers as well. As again, we're all kind of trending with some good information. But I tell you what, that moving this time of the year, I don't wish that on anybody.
And across states. And across states. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, big facts. TC in the bill. Shout out to everybody, mods extraordinaire, the Wrench Gang here on the eve, man. Shout out to the Wrench Gang in the building. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Oh man,
That's
that's
it.
no ball.
That's
That I'm rusty. It's been a while. I'm rusty. So, we got a game to talk about. Okay, we got a game to talk about. However, if for those who are in the spaces, sometimes we talk food, and some people have some different of some of my food talk, whatever. But let me do this, and we saw Michael Parsons do this, right? And he said, "I like the combination," and he went through the top 5 little combinations. We won't give a top 5, okay? What's the one go-to? It ain't gonna be your number one, but like, yo, my plate absolutely has to have this on my Turkey Day plate, or this plate is incomplete. I want to hear this in the chat as well. What's the one thing? No matter, it could be a main, it could be a side, it could be whatever. But if this isn't on the plate, it's not complete. Mary, what's the one thing that's got to be on the plate for you?
That's hard for me because I'm like Micah. I like the combinations.
You like the combination. You want the combination. Give me the number one combination then. We'll give you the number one combination.
I love the yams and mac and cheese combo.
Okay. That was number one for Michael, right?
I think so. I was like, yes.
Twins. They're twins.
Yeah.
Twins. All right. So you gotta have the macaroni and candied yams.
Yes.
All right. Spoonie, the plate ain't complete if this ain't on it.
Gotta have my collard greens.
Gotta have the pause. All right, collard greens. Hold on.
Right.
Are you in the combination as well? I mean, Is it just
Yeah,
straight
that's a
collard
good
greens, or
combination.
you
Macaroni
some,
salad.
hot sauce? No,
Macaroni
I'm saying,
salad.
whoa! I want to go back. No, you said greens. Is it just straight greens, or a little hot sauce on that? Maybe a little pepper. I mean, what do you?
Oh, a little bit of hot sauce, not so much. A little bit of hot sauce on my collard greens.
What kind of hot sauce you like?
That's
What kind
me.
of hot sauce? What's your brand of hot sauce?
I really don't know the brands. Whatever's there, I just take.
Crystal.
He said, "I'll take it."
Louisiana.
That's it.
Louisiana.
Oh,
Crystal.
let's go!
Try
Hey, let's
Crystal.
go! Let's go! Magic just won 5 in a row, baby. We 10-5. Let's go. We were down 6.5. We back, baby. It's up and it's stuck. Oh, chiming in with the Clausen pickles. They just go so well with turkey. Don't at me. It's good.
You know, honestly, it's not that far fetched because if you've ever eaten pickles with fried chicken, that's a very good combo. So that wouldn't really surprise me.
Okay. All right, Dom. Now we get to the big men in the building. I mean, Spoon's big man. So, big man in the building, Dom. All right, what's that one thing on the plate? If it's not there, it ain't complete.
Don't get it confused with stuffing.
Oh,
Cornbread dressing,
Yes.
turkey gravy.
yeah.
Gotta have the giblet turkey
Combination.
dressing.
Giblet. You gotta have your
Giblet.
giblet.
Oh,
Giblet turkey dressing, and it's gotta have the pimentos in it with a little bit of egg too,
Ooh.
and then the fake cranberry sauce.
Yes, not the real kind. It's
Not
gotta
the real
be
one. It's gotta be
Talking
the
about
jelly.
can.
yeah,
Talking about
Right out the
can.
can, but you gotta chill it. You gotta chill it.
yeah. I feel you. Ooh, we on point with that one.
Just
Don't bring no real stuff.
Get my spoon. I don't eat with forks. Get my spoon and go cut through all three, man.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
All right. Yeah. See, I'm gonna say all right.
That's our Dom just named 5 sides.
Gravy and the sauce on it. You gotta. It's just one spoonful. Just. Oof.
All right. Here's where I'm at. All right. Number one, and I'm about to get roasted. That's okay. All cranberry can go directly to the trash. I don't care if it's in a can. I don't care what it is. Look, the only thing cranberry goes in is vodka. Okay, vodka and cranberry juice.
And
that's
it's not
it.
even good in there, honestly.
But that's the only way I'm accepting it. Okay, that's where I'm at. But the number one thing on my plate, the number one thing on Nix's plate, if the plate's to be complete, man, if I ain't got no candy jams, it's a problem.
Yeah.
So look, look, now. I don't care about the combinations because I'm with that. Like, it can touch. See, I'm not one of those that got to be divided. The food can't touch anything. I gotta look. I'm telling you now. If I ever go to somebody's, if I'm at a function, right? I don't care if he's at a barbecue and they got the paper plates with the little dividers. I'm like, this is a waste. I wanted to touch. I wanted to touch a little bit.
Yeah,
I wanted all to touch
marinate.
A little bit. Yeah, you gotta let it happen. You gotta let it happen. But it's definitely the candy yams. It can touch the macaroni. Okay. Hey, look, it can touch my greens a little bit. It can touch my turkey. I mean, it can touch whatever. But man, the candy yams brings it all together. I'm sorry. Like, I love the mac. I love everything about it. But the candy yams, the sweet potato, you got to. If on Thanksgiving, if you ain't got the candy yams on the plate is not complete. Look, to borrow from old girl, that mother plate is not real. Okay, that plate is not real if it does not have candy yams on it on Turkey Day.
Man.
Anything else, we can talk about it indifferently. But the candied yams have to be on the Turkey Day plate. Period. If it ain't there, I'm out. I'm gonna look around. I'm judging. Nose up. I'm judging.
Nose up. I feel you.
I have to ask y'all about dessert. I don't want to get Dom upset. I know on social media, Meehan was tagged in something. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. What am I walking into? I've never had pecan pie. Never had. Never
it's
had
nasty.
it before.
You're not missing nothing.
No.
It's gross.
What's the difference between
Like, how you
potato
protect
and pecan?
you don't like pecan pie?
No, I never had it.
He
never
said
had
he's
it.
never had it.
I'm
I'm like,
I'm talking about Mary.
it's
Married
not
to the raisins.
good.
You're
And this
crazy.
is coming from a born and raised Southern girl. Everybody in my
That is
family loves it.
crazy
They make
talk.
it from scratch every year. There's probably going to be like 5 of them tomorrow at my mom's house. And I'm just going to turn my nose up. Like you said, you be judging. I'm just gonna turn my nose up when people eat it.
Oh my God. No, look, man. Look, pumpkin pie can be dismissed. Pumpkin pie, get it up out of here. We good. We up out of there. Look, I'll be honest with you. Apple pie's overrated. Yeah, I said it.
I like
Sweet
apple
potato.
pie, but like I can do without it. I don't care.
Sweet potato and pecan is elite. Period. The rest of it, it's whatever. Sweet
Yeah.
potato and pecan's elite. The rest of it,
No.
man.
Yeah,
I do like the
sweet
chest
potato,
pie though. I should talk about the chest pie. Chest pie is good. I'm not mad at that
Yeah.
double I. I do like
Yeah.
the chest pie.
So as
No,
you're
no,
talking about the candied yams, my family really, we'll eat it. It's not a big deal for us. Instead, we have the sweet potato pie right there
Okay.
on the plate.
That's fair.
So you still
Yeah,
got
sweet
that.
potato pie. Yeah.
It's there. It's
Oh,
there.
see,
But
that's
listen,
not. It's not the same
but it's
effect to me,
it
though.
don't
I
feel
know,
like- yeah,
I know. I get it. I
Because
get it.
when you get the yams on the plate, that juice is flowing, Mary. And it's like
Yeah.
you just
See,
watch it.
yeah.
You see it creeping over there to the macaroni and cheese. You're like, I'm gonna get this
Yeah.
macaroni and
Yeah.
just slide it on over.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's a perfect combo. Great.
I'm
I'm
fasting
missing out.
right
I'm just
now.
saying in the lineage. I might eat some pumpkin pie, maybe, but no, man, pecan and
Nah,
sweet
sweet
potato
potato for
elite.
me.
That's
Pumpkin, it's disgusting. It's a reason why you can only eat it once a year because no one likes it any other time of year.
Oh, ham! It's gotta be. It's gotta be ham.
Ham
On
with
Turkey
your green
Day.
beans.
Ham.
Yeah, on Turkey Day. On Turkey Day has to be
Ham.
ham. Outside of that, I'm good either or.
Yeah, outside of that, it's usually bacon.
But Turkey Day I want ham. But
Ham.
I mean, slide in here, Dom.
It's got to be ham hocks.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh,
Mm.
well, I mean, yeah, no, yes. I mean,
Ham
when I
hocks.
see ham and green beans or greens,
With
it's
the
automatically
big slices of with the big
Yes.
slices of onion, with
right.
your little
Yeah.
you cook it in chicken broth,
Yeah.
and then put a little bit of after that's done, you put a little potato in it at the end.
Southern, it's that southern cooking right there.
Yeah, mouth watering now. Okay, hold on. Let me get that up out of there. Man, is it not? Oh, last thing Thanksgiving wise. All right, last thing here. All right. When do you eat Thanksgiving? What's the ultimate time frame that you eat Thanksgiving dinner, Dom?
I have to tell my people 11, but we eat at 12.
Okay. I see what you did there. CPT, are you with me?
Man.
Spoonie.
I have to eat by 2 p.m. before the Cowboy game, and then after the Cowboys win, I get my second and third plate.
All right, Mariella, where's the timeline for you?
Yeah, it's always at my parents' house, and like it's all my cousins, all my mom's siblings, and all of that, and my siblings. And so, even though it's a big house, they have things ready by like 1:30 at the latest. So if you aren't, everybody prays together, and then
Gotta
we
hold the
eat.
hands. Yes.
So if you're not there, we'll just start without you. And you just come in and grab whatever you want. But yeah, 1:30 at the latest.
Mine's the 1 o'clock window. I'm in that. I want to be in that 12:30, 1 o'clock. I don't want 12's too early. I don't like 12.
12's too early.
I don't like 12. 12's too early. 12:30, I'm okay. 1 is premium, and 1:30 is the absolute latest.
Yep.
That's where I'm at.
So y'all eat breakfast?
No.
I don't eat breakfast on a regular day, so.
Yeah.
Okay. No. I'll typically, if I'm up by 8 a.m. on that day, depending what happens on the night before the festivities, if I'm up by 8 a.m., it's like, maybe a Pop-Tart. Like something just very small, because I'm not trying to ruin anything. I want to get something small in my system. This is the hack. I want something small in my system just to kickstart my metabolism, so I'm ready by the time. Oh, this is a science for me. This is absolutely a science for me when it comes down. I want something maybe a granola bar. I want something very small, but it has to be early. It can't be past 9. It has to be before 9.
Yeah, you gotta
just
do it
to
early.
get the metabolism cooking, so I'm ready by the time the food hits for me to get after it.
Oh,
Banana's another good one too, but I'm with you. I do hit the banana sometimes as well. All right. This is we're having fun here. I know this is not what y'all really came for, but I have the chest turned up and loving it. We got a game, ladies and gentlemen. The Cowboys now 7-3. Obviously took care of business out here in Carolina. Let's go to the injury report. Look, Red Wine is up at the safety position.
Yep.
Curse is out. We have CeeDee Lamb, full participant, no issues there. And then, of course, it's questionable for Mr. Rico Dowdle. So we'll have to maybe wait and see what's going on that front. The curse back issue, we dealt with this last year. Red Wine's up. Sounds like maybe some more Wanye Thomas, Dom.
Yeah. Yeah, this definitely seems like it's going to be trending towards Wanye Thomas. And really, this could kind of be, you never wish injury on anybody, but the nature of the league is people are going to get hurt. Next man up. And this is a pretty good next man that we have coming up in Wanye Thomas. In fact, many of us have been wanting to see him a bit more, be able to take on some snaps. And so now it's his opportunity to truly shine. Whatever he brings to the table is speed from that position. He's also a tenacious guy. And I mean, he could even provide you some special team snaps. I wish he could have had an opportunity to do that as well, but Turpin is doing his thing back there. But overall, yeah, it's going to be Wanye Thomas likely taking the bulk of those reps, and then just kind of sprinkle it out with guys like Marquise Bell coming into the fold as well. So they'll be able to patch that thing up. You're going to miss the leadership of Curse because Curse is still that guy. He's well respected in the locker room and on the field, but you could tell that he was, hampered by something. And so it's good for him to be able to be shut down this week, let him get back to health because really they're going to need him for the long haul. He's been great against tight ends, but now we can get Wanye to get some of that work in because we're going to need him too during that playoff run. I just feel it. You can tell.
It's interesting, Don, right? If we go back to last year, this was kind of happening. We were like, oh, it's Mukwamu. That's who's going to get it.
Right.
Quietly kept, what we haven't talked about is throughout training camp and everything that's happened, quietly, I guess we should say, because we just don't mention the other side. Wanye Thomas and the work that he's done has leapfrogged Izzy Mukwamu.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah. And what's crazy is I remember being at camp thinking, who is 30? I had no clue. He wasn't a guy that y'all know I'm a draft guy. I didn't scout him when he was at Georgia Tech. Didn't know anything about him, but I just saw him shagging some punts, and I'm like, who is this dude? He's tall, he's thick. Pause. I mean, he was catching the ball better than any of the receivers, running backs who were taking snaps, trying to field punts, and he caught my eye. He was so fast. He seemed to be just confident and comfortable in what he was doing whenever he was out there getting defensive snaps. I saw him a couple of times cover CD in the slot and do tremendous. So I'm like, who is this cat? And I remember telling y'all that whenever going on live. So for him to finally be able to have this opportunity this late in the season, because he really hadn't got enough snaps on defense like I thought he probably would have, especially early season whenever he did well in the few spells that he got. So yeah, this is going to be his opportunity to really show, and maybe ever so slightly you start to see him gain more snaps even when Curse comes back healthy.
Yeah, big facts. It's and maybe some of that Izzy might be that now quote unquote fifth cornerback, and they don't want to do those things as well because you're to your fourth basically with Lewis in the slot. But just it's an interesting thing to me that I was looking at this week as things are kind of unfolding and understanding it's going to be Wanye and where we were with Izzy, specifically at the end of the year into the playoff games and what we were seeing from him, and how it's kind of changed, and not a lot is talked about that change and why is it Wanye, and even Marquise Bell to sort of that linebacker role kind of changed it, but on the other side, why it's been Wanye so more this year than it's been Izzy. So I thought it was interesting in that standpoint. But Spoonie, Rico looks like he's going to be able to go, but man, we saw a little bit from our guy Pollard starting to turn it around a little bit, huh?
Yeah. Tony Pollard had a nice big run for a touchdown that he even caught Mike McCarthy's face expression. He was like, "Wow!" Like, "Whoo!" It was probably the best run he had all year. That was, I believe, his second touchdown of the season, and they want to Pollard keep going. And if that was a sign for the way that Pollard had run, I just can't wait for this game. And I think Pollard will be one of those will be very effective against the Washington football team. come Thursday Thanksgiving. And again, this is the one thing they've been wanting to do, and it's not a better time for Pollard if he's able to continue what he did in that Carolina game onto this moving forward. The running game will definitely be. It'll make the offense way more balanced, where we'll be a bigger threat than we are right now, in my opinion.
10-4. And, that kind of goes back to Jeff Blasco a little bit, Mary and crew. Just that, he missed those 6 games. He's not just a running back coach, right? But he's a running game coordinator, right? With the installs and what's happening there. And I think what we've seen since he's been back, we've seen the running game like much more. And we talked about this a lot. Like, this running game is kind of like the same as it was last year. It's kind of up the middle. We don't what's going on, right? And then we've seen things kind of slowly change since Blasco's been back. Give him a big tip of the cap here, right? Because this week in Carolina, right, we were seeing Paul, we're going to the outside consistently. We're going to the outside, and as much as we've talked about Terry Steele and some of the struggles that he's had, maybe coming back from the injury, pulling him outside, watching him go get 2 birds, 1 stone with those blocks, seeing Tyron Smith go on the outside and get after it, and then going back to what Spooty was talking about with that touchdown, it's small changes.
Yeah.
Right. And the one thing we try to talk about here a lot in the context is there's a lot of small things that happen to make things work. So in that run that Spooty's talking about, instead of turning around all the way, boom, put it in his bread basket, and maybe it shrinks his vision a little bit because we talked about the vision of Tony Pollard somewhat at times. You toss it to him. It's a small thing, but he has everything in front of him now where he can see, hit it, go. It gives him an opportunity to really ramp up and make his decision quicker and then attack it. And I think those are just some of the things that they're changing within the scheme, the running scheme, I should say, with Blasco, Mariella, and it's evolving. We saw the passing game evolve early. Now, to me, Mary, if you see it the same way, looks like the running game's starting to evolve now with Jeff Blasco back in the building.
Yeah, I think it's. I think as fans, I mean, a lot of us forgot at some point. Like I remember hearing that he was gone, but just not thinking about it anymore and being like, oh, what's going on. But it makes a lot of sense, looking at things and how they've gone. And we've talked extensively about how he has had maybe what looked like some vision issues, and they should probably run more on the outside to the left or to the right, because that's where overall he's always had the most success. And it's looking like it's coming together. And people will say, well, the opponent, they're very bad at stopping the run, but that goes a lot to Pollard's confidence. Regardless, once he's got that feeling of hitting that hole the way we have been used to seeing him hit that hole in years previously, and now that he's got that feeling now, he's got that touchdown. That goes a long way for the rest of the season. And it's a good time for the RB coach to be back. It's a good time for us to continue to build on what we did this week against Carolina.
Yeah, I mean, specifically with that being said, right, they traded away both their edges in Sweat and in Chase Young. So why not continue? We know what they got in the middle. Even got my guy, the Vanilla Gorilla over there now.
Yeah.
So get to the edges, and keep building upon that. This game in particular for me sticks out this way, and I'll turn it over to y'all. And just what I looked at was, it's like boxing, right? In football medicine, right? Styles make fights, right? Styles make fights. And what they've done in Washington, and we talk about the Airbnb being there, is it's the most passes attempts, right? It's the most passing yards. It's also the most turnovers, and it's also interceptions, and it's also the most sacks with 51. That's great, and it's got them to 4 wins. They put up a lot of numbers, right? On the back end of that, that's what the Cowboys defense wants you to do.
Yeah, we want you to
drop
pass.
back. You want to drop back a whole bunch? Well, guess what? We actually get after the quarterback really well. Oh, and by the way, we turn the ball over really well too.
Yeah.
So, to me, I'm like, would Airbnb change what he's done so far this year? Because he hasn't done it yet. And if we can't even take it a stretch further in Kansas City, it's not really what he did there either. To me, that's a very big problem for Washington going to this game. If they're not going to try to stem the tide a little bit, a la what the Panthers did. And they had some success with the running game. Ultimately, didn't get to where they wanted to be. But I just look at it from the outside there, Dom, of what EB has done and been in Washington to what this defense does. It's on Thanksgiving. Maybe we don't have this a lot, but barbecue chicken, if that's how they want to play.
Yeah.
I mean, you really put it best. We want them to pass the ball against us. Anytime a team tends to run it with some consistency, I kind of get worried a little bit. Their left side of the offensive line is pretty good. And so you kind of look at it and go, all right, man, y'all got some ability, but can you really fully put it together and then be sound in doing what they do? We know they're going to turn the ball over. They continue to do that at a high clip. They give up a lot of sacks. So if we can get them off schedule and continue to put them in those obvious passing situations where it's second and long and third and long, then you're able to have our front four truly get after it. And if Dan Quinn wants to take a little bit more risk and send the fifth guy or maybe even a sixth guy, then you do that. But, man, I just don't see where the Commander's going to have a good shot at being able to have success on a consistent basis against our defense. This is going to be one of those games where we might give up a couple of big plays. You might give up a couple of third downs because they do have a little bit of spark here and there on that offense. So as a fan,
Right.
you're going to have to be a little bit patient during this game. But I think it's going to be one where they come out swinging for the fences. If we just, maintain that early barrage that's going to happen, because they're going to have nice scripted plays against our defense. Plus, it's a division rival in a big-time game. This is kind of like their Super Bowl in a sense, where they feel like if they can win this, they can maybe get their season back on track some and get some momentum. They do have a lot of guys out and down. I see Emmanuel Forbes isn't going to play, but, that's more the defensive side. But I think this is one of those games where Dallas will eventually pull away, kind of what we saw against the Panthers. And so I'll say my score prediction for later, but this is one we should be able to handle with some relatively ease when it comes to talking about professional teams.
Yeah. Spoon, do you think EB has something up his sleeve after 6 turnovers, right? 3 fumbles, 3 interceptions. How they obviously he's called the plays. And look, that's their strength, right? Look,
Yeah.
Sam Howell can throw the ball over the field. They have Samuel, Dotson, Logan Thomas, Scary Terry. I mean, that is their strength, even though they're averaging rushing yards with B Rob and everything. Do you think that they will on a short week, maybe all of a sudden he would dial it back and try to not do what he's been doing all year, Spoon? Talk about Airbnb with the play calling.
Yeah, I think he will try. Anytime when you're playing the Dallas Cowboys, you want to perform your best. We all know that the team right now, the franchise, moving in a different direction with new ownership. They don't know who the new head coach going to be. There's a lot of question marks. So every BNB has been trying to get a coaching job for a long time, and this is an opportunity for him to coach run a team with a solid offense.
Whoa.
A lot of key guys in there.
Wait, Spoon. Are you telling me that Airbnb is trying to throw the ball a whole bunch because he's looking for a different opportunity outside of Washington?
I'm saying, you know what? I'm saying right now he's doing what he needs to do to get that job, and that's his.
Are you telling me he don't care what Ron Rivera talking about?
No,
I'm
he doesn't.
here for me.
No, he doesn't care. That's where I'm going with. And again, it's one of those things where nobody's guaranteed a job. We be hearing little tidbits here and there coming out of social media, some rumors here and there. But right now, who has the job? Every enemy has the offensive coordinator job. And let's be honest, they didn't touch nobody during the trade deadline on the offensive side of the ball. They touched the defense. So what I'm saying right now is when you're playing the Dallas Cowboys at Thanksgiving, where everybody's going to be home, watching the game, having their Thanksgiving, what a better time for you to come in there and try to upset American team. So in my opinion, they're going to throw that ball a lot more, a whole lot come Thursday. I don't see the, especially with now Antonio Gibson. I believe he is game time decision. He may not play. I don't know how Robinson is. I could see the enemy. I'll keep doing it. And
Yeah,
again, they
I
have the
got
skill, but they have the guys. There's a guy named Jahan Dotson that
right.
DJ loves since the NFL draft. Went him from Penn
Yeah,
State.
yeah. I was not.
That's
I was
one of
not
the
happy that
guys
he went
that
to
I worry
Washington.
about. So,
He went too
right.
early. Damn it. Hey,
Mhm.
Mary, let's attack this one though from Russell Maben in the building says the big question for this team is can we avoid getting bullied by Detroit? Is Detroit going to bully us? I don't know. San Francisco, check mark. We do know that. Philly, I don't think Philly bullied us
They didn't
when
bully
we played them
us.
this year.
Nah.
They didn't bully us in January. Everything else is just a part of the journey. Thanks, guys.
Well, we gotta one step at a time, man. I mean, we in November right now. And we still got to play Detroit. We still got to play Philly again in Dallas, and we played Philly very, very well. And it's Dak especially. So I don't think we got bullied by them at all. That could have been, that came down to the last minute or so.
Right.
So that game could have went any way.
Right.
And we still play them again in December. So. Yeah, Detroit, I'm not sure why. I mean, I get maybe San Francisco because they have bullied us the past two,
Sure.
3 years. But Detroit hasn't done anything to have proven that they can bully us. They've been good this year, but in general, we play them well. I know they're a different team, but I'm just saying people want to anoint Detroit as this team to beat. And just like they say, just like they say, oh, the Cowboys, they can't do anything. Look at their history. Why aren't we looking at Detroit's history? Like, I don't understand why they don't get any of this BS that we get when we've had more recent success than they have. So Detroit hasn't really proven that they can bully us at all. San Francisco, yes, correct. We need to get over that hump. We need to beat that boogeyman. Philly, they haven't ever bullied us really either. So I think we'll be fine.
I'll just piggyback and say this is that if the 49ers was to play the Cowboys team right now that we have right now, this offense, the way they've been playing this last couple of weeks, it's a different game. It's a whole new different game. That's just my opinion.
Mm.
We can't hear you, BJ. No.
Well, while you figure that out, I think the point of this question is,
what about now?
There you go.
Okay.
It's
the January. It's the January. It's the January in the comment. The January.
Yeah, this has depth to it. So first and foremost, we would all acknowledge that these are the contenders, the true contenders of the NFC conference. So that's that. Then we know all about the playoffs. For us, it's all about the playoffs. Yes, you do got to enjoy the journey, take it one game at a time. You have to get there. You got to do things first to be able to get there. You got to build momentum, build confidence, build continuity, build all of that to get to that point. And so really have we actually built towards that time of year? Are we on the right track of being able to be a complete team at the right time of the year? Can we get hot? And so based on what I've been able to see out of this team, I don't believe in moral losses at all, moral victories through losses, but still I like the way that we played against Philly compared to what we put on the board in our first two losses of the season, especially to what we saw what happened against San Francisco. We already know that talent-wise, Dallas has what it takes, but often talent really gets you only so far. It's all about execution. It's all about having the right game plan, and it's really putting it together, being consistent. Because really the team we're playing against this week or tomorrow, the Commanders, starting out the season on paper, they got all the talent in the world. They still got a lot of talent on that team. But then they go and lose against the Giants, whom I look at and go, you're probably the worst team talent-wise in the whole NFC, especially the way that their season has gone. So talent will only get you so far. You got to finally bring it together. And it looks like we're trending in the right direction. Now it's going to be all about, of these four teams, Dallas included, who's going to be the healthiest at that point. Some of your areas where you're weak right now and some of the big areas of concern, will you start to correct those? You may not ever completely overcome your weakness. Every team has one. But can you at least close that gap and get closer to where you want to be? And so for us, it's the run defense. Have we really started to see any improvement in our run defense? I would say so. Uh, on offense, it was all about having more explosive plays because we know that as you continue to try to churn that thing out, having these 12 to 14 play drives, at some point, somebody's going to make a mistake. There's a chance that a ball might be tipped or an offensive lineman might jump, and now you're behind on schedule. So we're getting a little bit better in all the
Right.
areas that we need to. Now it's all about, can we stay healthy? So, yes, my answer to that question would be an emphatic yes. We can step up. We can finally avoid being bullied by those teams, and this team seems to be built for that deep run. And we're going to see, because we're going to be tested. The NFL did a great job in scheduling this year
Hmm.
because all of these contenders really have their stretches coming up where you're really going to see what they're made of. So I would say I'm hopeful. Call me a little bit of a optimistic homer. Uh, I don't think I'm so unrealistic to know that we have some issues that we need to cover up, but I think we can avoid being bullied, and it is about matchups. I still think San Francisco has our number. That's a team I don't want to see, but Detroit, Philly, bring them.
Yeah.
Right. Uh, I mean, I simply put, it's you'll find out before we get to January because we got to stretch of Buffalo, Philly, Seattle, Miami. There's a stretch there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So they're going to be tested. And again, you have to do things in the right realm. We talked about this a lot earlier in the season. We've seen the Cowboys come out, play gangbusters through the first 6 weeks, and then have the situations. That's why for me, I wasn't overly concerned early because I'm like, this is fine. It's a new offense. I want to see us to hit the stride later, which we're seeing it with the run game. We've seen it in the passing game, right? We've seen that. And, it's for context, right? Because what we hear simply put is, well, the Cowboys beat bad teams, but they're not playing with their food though. As we're on the eve of Thanksgiving, but they're not
Yeah.
playing with their food. And when I say they're not playing with their food, it's an historical pace that they're not playing with their food. The
Yeah.
Cowboys have 20 point plus 20 plus point wins already right now. That's the most they've had in a single season since 1978. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm old, and that's the year I was born. Okay, so since
And then a lot of
1978,
teams aren't doing it. We're in a league where most
well,
games are
hey,
close.
Mary, I mean, they make it seem like all these other teams have played nothing but playoff teams, and look at their
Yeah.
records. I mean, how many teams have came out here and played over 500 teams, right? And then they'll look at and do different things, and simply they might be six. Ooh, but you might be right. I'm five. It's six. I'm sorry. Um, Robert Roberts as well too. But on the other side of that, it's like, okay, well, when we played the Jets, though, they were 1-0. Now it doesn't matter what happened after we beat them, because what we have learned, a lot of teams lose games after we lose to them, or whatever the case. But again, they were 1-0 when we played them. Now we did beat a team over 500. See how it kind of lines up and works, and you move the goalposts and those different things. So I mean, it just kind of is what it is. But I just think where the team is right now, you can't. This isn't college. Yeah, I can't schedule East West Alabama the week before a conference game. We play who we play, but the thing about the Cowboys are when they are playing those teams, and ultimately I think the Cardinals game and the San Francisco game taught them a lot. I really do. We can't take teams for granted, and we have to figure things out. And I think they've done both those things in those
Yeah.
realms. So it's a great comment from Russell there, and the question, and it is pointed, but I think there's things that we see proof in the pudding of how things are moving, and we'll see, and we'll
Right.
get tested, and things happen.
And the,
Um,
and the, and
no,
the
go
other
ahead.
and the thing, last thing to cap that off, again, it's going back to what we said in the preseason. Dak Prescott is the leader of this team. We've now
Right.
seen him come along. They've completely tweaked the offense ever since the bye
Right.
week. So finally, we're seeing the Dak that we've always wanted to see. He's using his
Mhm.
legs. You're finally working Cooks into it. You got a legit tight end in Ferguson. Lamb is that guy. Lamb is top three receiver right now
Those
in the
10
league. I know
targets.
people,
Yeah.
right? I know people want to still talk about some of the old guys like Cooper Cup, Devontae Adams. Yeah, they're good, they're great, but this right now, this season, if you
Mhm.
were trying to build a team moving forward into next year and beyond, you're not going to put those guys over CD Lamb. You're not even going to put some other guys who might be cracking that top five or six over him. He's a legit top three guy. He's doing this thing. And the lack of experience in quarterbacks in all of the league right now when it comes to playoff success and experience and actually doing well in the playoffs, nobody's even better than him other than Hurts is what 2-2 in his career right now in the playoffs. Mahomes is 11-2, 11-3, something like that. But Lamar Jackson, you're right there in the same boat with Dak Prescott. You're a former unanimous MVP. You're 1-3. Dak, his record is 2-4.
Mhm.
Gino for Seattle, what has he even played in the playoff game last year?
Last year,
One,
yeah.
one, and then lost.
Uh,
Mhm.
Purdy, 2-1. Really, it's more about his overall team than just him just, slinging that thing around. But he's playing good football in the last couple of weeks. But overall, Dallas has as good of a shot as any of those top contenders. Why? Because Dak Prescott, what he's doing, leading this thing, and you got two units that really, once they start to play complementary of one another, we're as dangerous as anybody out there from either conference. So I like our chances. I think January is going to look a little bit different for Dallas. Dak is 1-2 in January. We need him to get to 3-2, so then we can be playing in February. Actually, 4-2, right? We need
There,
three.
there, yeah, yeah, yeah. There you go.
We
yeah.
need
There you go. There you go. Back to the Washington, and we talked about their offense and what they do versus our defense, the stylistic matchup. The other flip side of that. Not that that's not playing bad against zone, but boy, he loves that man, doesn't he? And they're down. They're down, Mr. Forbes,
Mhm.
and they play man. So
Mhm.
again, when we talk about styles make fights here, defensively we like what they want to do, and we just kind of talked about we don't think EB is going to change. Well, offensively, we like what they want to do because Del Rio is not going to change his ways either. I,
Yeah, and I mean, look at the numbers that they've given up to top wide receivers for a team. I think DJ Moore, like over 200 yards.
yeah, 230, 280. I don't know,
Like,
astronomical numbers.
that's
It would
just
have been
that's
300. They didn't tell him he stepped out because he didn't step out, but neither here nor there.
yeah. It's just, I mean, AJ Brown had a great game, almost 200 yards. I mean, several number ones that are just putting up crazy numbers against them.
Cooking, cooking
um,
like
and to your
Thanksgiving Day dinner. Cooking.
Yeah, cooking. And to your point regarding Eric Bieniemy, yeah, I was reading an article by a Washington Commanders SB Nation writer earlier, and they were just saying, like, this Dallas defense is very good, but one thing we do struggle with is stopping the run. And will Eric Bieniemy actually attack that weakness? And the consensus with them is that they don't think he will.
Well, Spoonie already let us know. Eric
Yeah,
Bieniemy's out here for him.
yeah,
Spoonie done told us he don't care about Rob Rivera or anybody else. He's like,
yeah,
hey man, I'm out here chunking this thing. I don't care.
yeah. And you would think, it would be it's a great game plan. Like you said, the games we've lost have been, they got some very good runs in on us, and it keeps our offense that's very good off the field. Even the Panthers, they ended up losing, but one thing they were good at was running against us for some very good chunk plays. And I think one drive was like most of the third quarter, and I was like, oh my
Oh
god,
yeah,
it's
it's
already
like
about to
over
be the
9
fourth.
minutes.
Yeah, and so that keeps us, and that's what kept the game close until we got back in it,
Flip the
until our
switch.
offense got back on the field. So it's like that would be the way, if we didn't read it and we couldn't get it together and stop it. But yeah, to your point, to Spoonie's point, to everyone's point, they like to pass the ball, and if multiple times of leading, being one of the top guys, turning the ball over, and all those sacks hasn't stopped them, then what is going to stop them? I don't know.
That part, like I said, just again, the boxing analogy I've used time and time again. Styles make fights, and what they do defensively, we love that offensively.
Yeah.
What they're doing offensively, we love that defensively.
Yeah.
Again, will somebody be willing to change? And we talk about we talk about a lot of coaches' egos. We're doing it my way. We don't care those things. And so far, one of the things we ultimately have seen in Washington is the coaches are very dug in on what they want to do, whether it's for their own growth, as we was talking about, or otherwise, right? So we'll spin the block here. Turkey Day, everybody. We talked about what time we eat, so we should have the food in us. Me and Mary will probably have some drink in us. Okay.
Oh, I hit up the liquor store. Let me tell you, it was
me
packed
too.
in there.
No. See. Look, I'm gonna say what I did. As soon as I got everything set up at the shop and I came home, I pulled out the old phone. I said, "Yeah, I need to do this."
Oh, see, that's
And
a good
then
idea.
and then it just showed up.
That's
It just
a
showed
good
up.
idea right there.
It just showed up. Now I'll tell you one time when Mary tried to DoorDash us some liquor at Lot 10.
Oh my God, I was
at a
so
game.
pissed.
And I'm not going to tell you, but you got to keep the money though. Like everybody gave you money for it. Ultimately, you got to keep the money. So that was a dub. At the end of the day, they pulled on. Never mind. Different conversation, different time.
Never again. Don't order
You were so close. They were
DoorDash
right there though.
liquor on Monday Night Football if you're
When you're
tailgating.
locked in.
Okay.
Yeah, you're tailgating lots of. But it was so close. They were right there, and then they were gone, and it was over.
We were so mad. We were so thirsty.
We were. I mean, I don't know how we had drank so much already. Spoonie keeps posting the clips. Like Spoonie, maybe we should post some clips. It was a fun time, and he posts them anyways. Neither here nor there. But yeah, not breakfast on Turkey Day morning. A little something in the cup. But either way, by the time this game gets kicked off, we kind of know what it is. So, with that being said, and for those that follow me over there with me, my guy Lando, we had our preview show last night on PSF. I'm keeping the same energy on my score, but I will see what my compadres here have for this score tomorrow against Washington. Ladies first, Mary. Ladies first. What's the score against Washington?
42-14.
40-14. Okay.
Yeah,
Spoonie?
he took my answer.
No, roll with it.
And I'm rolling with it. 40-14 Cowboys. Wow.
Okay. Dom?
Yeah. 42-10.
Ooh.
Okay, we are all on the same path. I got it 44-17.
Nice. See, I almost did 44. I
got 44-17. I got 44-17.
I almost did that.
And I said it last night. Look, it's my first 40 burger of the year. So would have been calling 40 burgers the right way. But 44-17, I think is where the Cowboys are at for this game. Caleb said, y'all tripping. By the way,
why is he acting like we don't
he's
put
a Washington
40 on
fan.
Washington all the time, though? At home,
I know.
Like, it's very common.
Well, he gives us 38. Caleb says 38. 38-28. He's giving us 38. I gave you 17. It's the best I can do. Look, Pawn Stars, I'm looking at Washington. You're trying to trade them into me. The best I can do is 17, Caleb. The best I can do is 17 for you. I'm sorry.
Hey.
That's all I can do.
I love that.
Them Commander fans were more delusional than those Giants fans coming into the season.
Closing the gap.
Oh, especially after they started out like 3-0 or something. Ooh, they was
closing the gap.
They was yapping, boy.
Yeah,
Hey,
by
at
the
least
way,
they'll get to take hot showers before they go home.
Yeah, I mean, we you know, it's it's luxury over here. It's luxury over here. Or you ain't got to worry about a pipe busting on you and sewer hitting you like last
Yeah.
year. You know what I mean?
Nice
It's
comfy
over here
shower.
luxury. Guess
Ooh.
what? You know what? I bet we'll cater for them too. I bet there'll be some turkey in their locker room. After
Yeah.
they lose, they'll go out there. They'll get some food. They'll get some food. They'll get good hot, not warm
We
showers,
like to
Mary.
treat our
No, no, no.
guests nice over here.
Yeah,
Okay?
yeah. Not warm showers. They'll get hot showers. The water will be very hot.
Oh yeah, yeah. It'll be
Yeah,
good.
they'll be fine. No worries. Plush. Look, the guest locker room at our stadium is better than our home locker room. We know
Oh,
that.
it hands down is definitely
Facts.
yeah.
Yeah, we know
Yeah.
that already. It is what it is.
Yeah.
So after we beat y'all, we're gonna feed y'all, hot shower, comfy. Make sure
Yeah.
you get home safe. We got your back.
Yeah, we got you.
And by the
man.
way, me and Caleb will be running in true Cowboys Washington. Because for me personally, I don't care. I'm old school. Washington's my number one in the NFCs as far as a quote unquote rival. I live by, die by. Washington's my rival. And my guy Caleb and me will be hosting a post show space. We'll be hosting together and we'll be having fun over there with the Washington
Caleb, don't be
fans.
rude. Don't be rude. That's just love.
And-
Don't hope we burn our
and-
food, Caleb.
Oh, that's personal. That's way too personal. That's way too personal.
You didn't cross the line now, Caleb.
Yeah, it's way too personal, Caleb. My goodness. Especially Caleb, and real quick, because I had to hear Caleb all off season. Sam Howell's wanted to know. Yeah. Yeah, you're in trouble this year, Knicks. You're in trouble this year, Knicks. Telling me all off season. Yeah, Thanksgiving, that food ain't gonna be good. Look, this is this was back in April. May.
Now he want us to burn ours.
Dang, that's rude. That's messed up.
Oh, you
Next,
lost.
we done lost you again.
Yeah, what's so funny is about that too. Now he's wanting us to burn our food. They were gonna ruin it, but now he wants us to ruin our own.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just came here and yeah, Thanksgiving ain't gonna be no fun. And all this, that, and the third. Boy, I had to hear it all. I was like, my God. You know what's funny? What's even funny about that is I actually gave the Washington team 10 wins last year and they honey roasted me. Look at you now.
I remember that.
Look at you now.
I hope they
Watch how you treat me. But with that being said, that concludes that side of the business. Three more things to get to before we get out here, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, Jimmy Johnson. We have to talk about it.
Oh man,
absolutely, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. We can finally, for the old school fans and Cowboys Nation in general, we finally get to put the bow, if you will, on the team of the '90s. Long overdue. We all understand that. But it's done, and we can finally close that chapter, and it feels complete, right? It feels like, yes, what needed to be done before anyone was gone to the next life, it was done in real time, and we get to see that this year. Supremely excited about that. I'm glad it happened. Yeah,
So
I don't have the words.
Apparently, this is the first time they've ever inducted two in the same year.
Correct.
And
yes.
Jerry said that's because of all the talk he's been getting from fans and the media, and it's like bullying really works. It like
somebody was out here tweeting 51 days straight on that shit.
Yeah.
And salute to all the Cowboys Nation that was retweeting, tagging, doing that.
Yeah.
You know, we our small part we played in that. In doing those things, like I don't think, what we say and what we do maybe move the needle a little bit, but the triplets were in Jerry's ear as well too, talking about,
oh yeah,
hey, like make it happen. But it's Robert, yeah, by all means, Robert, yes. Look, you gotta put me in the Ring of Honor, Jerry. Just give me some tickets for the game for free so I can show up and see it. I was there for the triplets to go into the Ring of Honor back in Texas Stadium. Give me some free tickets. Give me some sideline passes. To see my guy in there, man.
CC Ring of Honor. Content Creator Ring of Honor right there.
Hey,
Cowboys Content Creator. CCC.
Hey, I was just, a little lightning rod. I just made the tweet. Cowboys Nation picked it up and ran with it.
It was all you.
This is a movement by everybody, man.
No, it was all you,
I just
man.
did the tweet. Man, stop it.
The message is correct.
But Jimmy Spoon, we've talked, we've had a lot of
I'm
conversations
waiting a long
about
time
this,
for this.
Yeah,
and it's finally happened, man.
yeah. You know, I wish. Listen, we got YouTube, we got all these technology where you could go back and replay some old games. But the Cowboy fans who was not around during the '90s like we was, they would never get to experience what it was to be a dynasty team. You know, when you see when you hear Cowboy fans, like, I wish we could be like the Patriots during their dynasty or whatever. Y'all gotta understand, during the Cowboy era, during the '90s,
Yeah,
we
we was the
felt
Patriots before the
untouchable.
Patriots. Yeah, we was the Patriots before the Patriots.
Oh, big
Yeah.
time. I mean,
Hey,
we're
Jimmy.
talking about the minute somebody becomes available, whether it's
Yeah,
trade or free agency, Cowboys were number one. When we're talking about the jersey, we're talking about just if you go to a party and you're wearing a Cowboy jersey, you get that attention. Being a Cowboy fan back then was so big. And you know, to I know for me, you know, when I saw the tweet where a little press conference by Jerry Jones and Jimmy Johnson, I kind of felt it. And once it was announced, that's when we had a little tear. I had a little tear, just a little drop of tear. You know, I don't know these guys, but at the end of the day, I was around as a fan that I am today, a big fan, and it was one of the greatest things to experience during that time. And I just hope that we can become that same dynasty today, so that with the new fans who didn't experience the '90s can actually feel what we felt. And I
right.
know it is. Again, it's very tough to go to Dallas 2 times a month. I'm making it my business to try to beat it. I don't care if it's high level. I want to be in the building because Jimmy going to the ring of honor. You think the triplets won't be there? You think
Oh
Aikman
yeah.
won't be
Yeah.
there? It's about
No,
Moose
I
Johnson.
think
Aikman calls the game.
Aikman is
calls
calling the
Yeah,
game.
Larry
He's
Yeah.
calling the
Allen. I
game.
mean, it's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's why they picked
big.
that game.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's gonna be
that's why the tickets
big.
tripled immediately. That's why the tickets tripled immediately.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
tickets up top are lower
Yeah,
level prices.
right.
Hell, standing room is like $200. I may just rock with. I just want to be in the building to
Yeah,
say, "Hey, I was there when Jimmy Johnson went
yeah.
into the Ring of Honor." Hopefully, I am. If not, I just have to watch it. But again, it was a true blessing. I don't care if it took this long. It's happening. That's what's more important, and it's happening during a time where this Dallas Cowboys team can do something very special in the playoffs. So I just can't wait till it happens.
You know, it was funny because when I started doing the tweets, and I was about 3, 4, 5 days into it, man, the inboxes. I had people say, "Nix, you're gonna be doing this till the day you die. It ain't happening." Uh, I had people said, hit me. It's the over under 500 days. It's a lot of different things. Tongue in cheek, having fun. It's all that. The thing that I love the most about it, though, was the day before, on day 50, a gentleman quote tweeted or reposted, I guess, quote posted, whatever the hell you quoted it,
Yeah.
and said, "The more I see these posts, the more I can't wait for Jimmy or for Jerry not to put him in there." And the
Yeah.
very next effing day, he put in there. I
Nice.
bookmarked it. Yeah, I could have just scrolled, but I didn't know it was going to be that quick. I thought I was ready. I was ready for all off season to go out here and keep these tweets going for sure. Okay, and like in 500 days, I might have took the over my damn self. Okay, uh, but I went back. I was like, well, look at us now, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it is what it is. Dom, Jimmy finally getting the nod. Space here for you to speak about it for sure, my guy.
Yeah, this was one where I honestly thought it was going to have to take Steven, Charlotte, Jerry Jr., for them to all to come together, work behind Jerry's back, and
Mhm.
put Jerry and Jimmy in together, type thing. So both of them can be able to enjoy it. Like I thought it was going to take this great move of Earth for it to happen, but then lo and behold, here we are, and it didn't. So as you were talking about your tweets, I ain't gonna lie, I was like, bruh, I'm with you, but man, it's gonna be like 4, 5 years. We gonna see. We gonna see.
Somebody gotta feel like somebody gotta die.
Day
Yeah.
day 1,243. We still retweeting, reposting your stuff. So yeah, it was nice to be able to see them two come together, get it done. By the way, Jerry, you been hitting them McGriddles That jacket,
A little hard.
that he was he was trying to adjust it and do his look. But anyway,
1923 is when it's going to happen, guys.
1923,
1923.
just I couldn't believe it. So I'm still stunned. I think it's really going to sink in when we actually see the ceremony come against the Detroit Lions, whatever. So yeah, I'm gonna try to find my way to make it into the building myself. I don't know how we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
I gotta
We
go
want
to
to
a
make it
wedding
happen
that day.
because you got a what?
I gotta go to a wedding.
Cancel. It's over. Cancel.
They understand.
Jimmy.
They understand.
Jimmy's going to the Ring of Honor. Sorry. Pause. Please. You ain't that good friends anyways, I'm sure.
You don't know Jimmy?
Are you a maid of honor? Are you a maid of honor?
No, I'm not in the wedding.
Oh!
Yes.
Here's a nice gift. Hey, here's a nice gift. Here's a nice little card. Hey, forgive me. I won't be there.
Amazon gift cards work well.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A little Amazon gift card. Which
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, like, look, and I didn't cry anything that was happening. And, but the way my phone was blowing up that morning, I was like, hey, something's happening. I was like, nah, man, stop. And
yeah,
then,
I was watching the pregame and I was like, they're walking around together. What's going on? Something's going to happen.
Which in the very beginning, because I don't typically, this is TMI. I was having the bubble guts, okay, ladies and gentlemen. So I was at the crib, all right? And I typically don't watch, like, the pre-shows because I'm usually out and about or doing something. I was like, man, I was in the bed. I was like, hey, I'm down bad. It is what it is, okay? And so I was like, man, I'm going to put on the Fox pregame show. And they booted up. I'm like, where the hell's Jimmy? I was like, that's weird. And then, as the show's going on, and I'm on Twitter, I'm like, wait, Jimmy's at the game. Why is Jimmy over there? And then, like, it started trickling. I was like, ain't no way. Ain't no way. There's no. Are you kidding me? And then why? And then whenever they had it, and they talked, and he said it in real time. Like I said, didn't ugly face cry nothing. I mean, a little tear shed in the building though. Spoon, I don't know, dog. In the building when it goes down, I don't know. It might be different. Yeah, it's going to be different. But salute to that for sure. Man, 2 times as Mary talked about earlier, right? The first time ever, they're 2 in the same year. And Jerry acknowledged to a certain extent of, the social media aspect of things that were happening. Salute to everybody that kept applying the pressure. Some of the media, we know the triplets were in there too. And Dom, I was right there with you. In this offseason, we were talking about it, and I said, look, I don't care. Put them both at the same time, right? Yeah. That's the way it has to do. Put them at the same time. Let them have that moment from teammates to being, on the road, roommates in college in Arkansas, getting the national championship. What a better way, as they're both in their 80s, to let them go out together, have that one final moment. And Jerry to do it. Last game on Fox, by the way. So he went to Jimmy's show and announced it on Jimmy's show, and then made sure that it was going to happen on a Saturday, that Troy Aikman was calling the game. I thought it was well planned, well done, and well meticulated and thought out. No
Very on brand. Very on brand.
True. Yeah. 12 o'clock in Carolina, which was the last time the Cowboys, y'all remember Michael Irvin broke the collarbone, divisional round, and basically the last time before that 90 season was kind of so ties that bond, if you will. Ties that bond. One more segment, then we get to the Spoonie sermon. It is the season of thanks. What are you thankful for within the Cowboys team right now? What's the one thing you're thankful for? Maybe it's player, anything. What are you thankful for when it comes to the Cowboys in the 2023 season? Dom's ready. Dom, the floor is yours, sir.
By the way, my hands look huge. They really.
Well, you remember camera. Oh well, I mean, my hands are big. I mean, yeah. I mean, we're large. Look, in case you didn't see the pic of me and Dom, the pic don't really matter. Me and Dom could probably be offensive linemen for the Washington Commanders. They'd be in better shape.
Yeah,
I don't know about the Commanders. Maybe the Giants for sure.
I think Commanders too. I mean, what are you 6'4", 6'5"? I'm 6'3". We got big
and
ass
I'm
hands.
I'm like this next to you.
Man, the first time Mary pulled up, I was like, "Hey,
Hello. Hello, tiny human.
How you doing?
Hey, Spooney's right there with us. Now,
Yeah,
now, me and you have the height to play tackle, but we can kick Spooney right under the guard, though. He's ready.
Yeah.
Point.
Wow. My fault
Nobody
for getting
touched you.
off track. But wow. I'm most thankful for a head coach that isn't stubborn. A head coach
Yes.
that has time and time again since stepping into the role here in Dallas, who will make a move when it's time to make a move, whether it's firing his best friend, who was his defensive coordinator after a season that was tumultuous. We saw, the franchise's worst defense put out there
Mhm.
from a guy who, get the defensive player in Micah Parsons when people really weren't for sure about him. Was he a character issue? All this stuff. We see him let Kellen do his thing as the young gun. It kind of helped him, but now I got to take it. Let me do my thing. But then my thing really didn't work for the first 6 weeks or so when we go into a bye week and we kind of bring back some of the elements that we saw that Dak was most comfortable with when he was with Kellen, and you kind of mesh that thing together. So I'm most thankful for Mike, whatever his middle name is, McCarthy.
I like that one.
Well,
That's a good
I
one.
was going to go last. I'm going to step right in as someone who has pounded the table about my McCarthy throughout the process and has fought a lot of battles when it comes to him in general. That's my answer with you, Dom. Um, we talk about a lot in this league, and we even talked about Washington tonight. Coaches' egos in their way, and they don't care, and they're not willing to change. I'll add another layer on there. Dan Quinn's still here because of Mike McCarthy,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mhm.
Be very clear. After the wild card loss to San Francisco, and Jerry was pissed off, and Sean Payton's available, and those things were happening. The conversation had, and Dan Quinn asked him, "Hey, do you need me up out of here?" And Mike McCarthy then said, 10 years ago, "Yeah, you got to get up out of here. But now what's best for the Cowboys and winning is you being here." And
Mhm.
Mike McCarthy made sure Dan Quinn stayed in the fold. That's why he's still here, amongst everything else Tom just talked about, which is unequivocally true. Um, yeah, we replace the 8-8 culture with a 12-5 culture that gives you opportunity every year. I don't know how much more you can really ask for. I'm thankful um, for that, and on top of other things of the coaching style of we're going to play young players. It doesn't matter. You don't get the excuse. Dadgummit, break some more watermelons if you got to with a sledgehammer. I don't care because he's figured things out. So, and I'm with look, and damn it, I don't know if that's his name or not, but we're rolling with it. Mike Bartholomew McCarthy, MBM baby.
Yep.
We roll with Bartholomew.
I don't
Dadgummit.
think that's it.
I don't think it is either, but damn it, I like it.
That's eventually, though.
I
I
like
like
it.
it.
I like it. I
I
like
like
it.
it. All right, Spoony, what do you think before with the 2023 Cowboys?
I am thankful for the Dallas Cowboys scouting department. The Ron Bland, Marquise Bell,
Sure.
Wanya Thomas, Damone Clark,
Brandon Arbery.
Brandon Arbery. That was big. That was huge this offseason. You know, they don't get enough credit. And the thing is, not only Mike McCarthy, is a good coach with the next man up approach, but it also says that you trust in the guys that had to step in for the and because of the talent level, the coaching that comes with it, you have faith in them. And throughout the 4 years, 3 years of McCarthy, so far we have seen when guys not able to play, next man up approach always have worked. Where in the past, before he came, we would always be like, it's over. So hats off to the scouting department for keep adding talent to this team. It's not easy, but damn, 90% of this roster is all drafted, undrafted free agents, regular draft, and again, I just can't wait for next year. Raheem Sanders.
Oh,
So.
there it is. I see you. I see. The other thing too, and I'm piggyback over here off of what you were talking about, and fold that into Mike McCarthy. Y'all remember how many different players we've had that were like Devontae Turpin? Y'all remember?
Yeah, we didn't
Go
use
down
them.
and talk. Yeah, didn't use them. Maybe a jet sweep, Lucky Whitehead.
Yeah.
At best. Jet sweep at best. No. Marco's like, oh, you got speed? Yeah, yeah, no. Go here and run some routes. We're going to throw some things to you. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. We're going to hand the ball off to you, not a jet sweep. Actually, just other things there about what he does
I
and coaching in those realms.
and go even deep. I'm thankful for the bunch. Yeah, the little,
Mm,
Yeah.
you got the three receivers bunched in that thing with a
yeah,
little bit of
yeah,
motion during the snap,
yeah.
Mhm.
as the snap.
Yeah.
We see a little
Mm.
Texas route.
The
We
flavor.
see we see our boy Cooks finally doing his crosses, stretching that field. So I mean, McCarthy's in his bag, y'all.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So
Mariella.
I'm actually shocked that, I think those are great answers, but I'm actually shocked that no one said Dan Quinn. We talked about
Yeah,
historically bad defense.
sure.
Um, and even before Mike McCarthy got here, we've had some struggles on defense where we were like,
Sure.
one person gets injured, the whole defense falls
Sean Lee
apart.
out. We're fucked.
Yeah,
Like,
we have
Yeah.
these struggles where, okay, no safeties, no big fatties, we can never get any turnovers. These are things that we constantly just talked about over and over and over and over again. And so, yeah, I'm thankful for Dan Quinn, and it was interesting because I saw a video today. I can't remember the reporter, but it was on Twitter. He said he had a talk with Dan Quinn, and they were talking about Micah Parsons, how a great talent he is. But um, I like the idea that, or the fact that Dan Quinn apparently reached out to NBA coaches. He reached out to guys like Steve Kerr,
right.
asking how to deal with a player that can play multiple positions in a game, or even from game to game and switched up. And he said Micah's playing about 5 different positions overall this year.
Mhm.
Um, and just getting some advice, and like, who thinks as an NFL coach to call
Outside the
an
bar.
NBA coach and ask for that kind
Right.
of help? And I just think that says a lot about, you know that he was made for this job specifically. He was made for guys like Micah. And anytime you hear any of our defensive players speak about him, they speak so highly of him, just as a guy that they can talk to, ask questions, and how he's out there working just as hard as they are. So definitely thankful for him. We've had a great defense back to back years now.
Yeah.
Turnovers, we're getting sacks, we're getting pressures, and our defense has been a huge difference maker in a lot of our games.
Mhm.
I'll give it and I'll give a honorary mention.
I was about to say you needed to
There's one
because
more.
I
Yeah,
stole yours.
I got an
there's another
honorary
one.
mention.
I wonder if it's the same as
All
mine.
right.
And this is specifically about 2023. Stephen Jones, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
Stephen
Okay.
Jones.
Okay.
Yep. 100%.
I preach all the time that good to great quarterbacks get to the playoffs. Organizations win in the playoffs. And for the first time in over a decade, this organization literally took how they lost the playoffs and did things properly to fix
Very
that
true.
with the
Yeah.
Cooks, with Gilmore. Imagine where we would be at right now, especially with the Diggs injury, if
Yeah.
they didn't go get Gilmore.
Yeah.
Imagine where this team would be at right now,
Yeah.
defensively, right? Um, and not only that, the work that he did as in getting Chumadoga. Say what you want to say about him, but when he's had to play for the most part,
Yeah.
outside of one game, but it was bad in Arizona. Period. He's been way better than we anticipated, more than serviceable, and we've never seen that from a backup left tackle. For left
Yes.
tackle, right? We know
Yeah.
how left tackle is. Um, Getting Donovan Wilson back, we thought that was a foregone conclusion. Unfortunately, LVE is gone, but damn it, hey, look, you've been coming back in here, getting Jonathan Hankins back, and how big that was. You
Yeah.
know, making sure to get the key components back here and add those things on the outside. And just again, maybe not every year. And I understand when it comes to Steven and so much piece of the pie, and nothing happened in the trade deadline per se, and and all these things. But ultimately, yeah, I think look and give him the credit going out here getting Rashawn Evans, right? Evans as well, churning the
Go get
roster,
him.
what
Go
he's
get
doing.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
went and got him. And maybe it's not Christmas Eve. It's not Christmas Eve, right? It's Turkey Eve. But there's a guy out here that you can go get again now. That's a
Yep.
free agent when it comes to Shaquille / Darius Leonard. And if he can close that book and get him in here, not only keeping him away from the other teams, but what it means for Dan Quinn, as Mary was just talking about, and get more multiple with those guys on the back end with the Wanyes and the Bells and pivot them back.
Yeah.
There he is, Spoon.
Yep.
Again, close the deal. But yes, honorary mention for me absolutely is Stephen Jones and what he has changed over a new league and what he's done this year. Again, we trash him a lot. I understand that, but we
No,
have
he
to give
deserves it.
him
Yeah.
Yeah.
given the flowers there. No ifs or buts about it. And
Yeah.
Road, I see the Al Harris. Absolutely agree about Al
That's
Harris
another good one.
Oh yeah, 100%.
for sure. With that being said, so we let's see. We talked about the food. All right. We've got the combinations, like via Michael Parsons even.
Yep.
We talked about the game. We're gonna talk about that January football even. Okay, we talked about that. We gave thanks for some guys on the team. What's I mean, what's a holiday without a sermon?
Yeah.
What's a holiday without a sermon?
Baptized.
And
Understand
we
this.
just so happen to have a particular gentleman here that delivers sermons two ways. By the way, I mean we know we got the preacher over there in Dom, but for the Cowboys, we have a Spoonie sermon. Spoonie, wait. Pause. Let me make sure. Hold on, because I ain't put the switch yet. Where's? Oh, there it is. Boom. Let me. Hold on. Wait. We're not done. I gotta. Let me get that music up out of here. There we go. I got the music up out of there. Ladies and gentlemen, get the plate around.
Yep.
Get the plate.
Yep.
Okay. Spoonie, good sir. The floor is all yours.
Washington football team. You know, Thanksgiving time, we don't like each other. We don't like you. You don't like us. This is a rivalry game. Understand that Cowboy Nation is not looking at the record and saying because we have a better record, it's a guaranteed victory. No, it's not about that. We understand this is the NFC East rivalry. Understand that. You see, we also understand that last week in your home stadium, you couldn't go home and wash your ass properly. So we also understand that the ride home was kind of funky the way your game was funky. But here's the thing. This is a season of giving. Thanksgiving with the Dallas Cowboys will do for you Thursday. We're going to have collard greens. We're going to have cranberry sauce. We're going to have sweet potato pies. We're going to have anything you need. Anything you can think of in a meal. We're going to have. But see, here's the thing. You're not invited to sit at the table with us. No. You're not invited to enjoy the meal with us. No. You see, you're invited because you are the main course of the meal. Understand this, Washington football team. We're going to serve your asses up in that plate, in that platter. Oh, yes, we are. We're going to pour that some bitch of gravy all over your asses. We're going to shove an apple down your fucking throat. We're going to carve that nice pork. We're going to go ham on your asses. We're going to put pineapple all over your ass. We're going to serve your asses up the way the NFC East champion, soon to be Dallas Cowboys, will do. And we'll think about letting y'all take a shower after that ass whipping. We'll think about it. Maybe we'll just get a bottle of water and just pour it on y'all and get your asses out of our stadium while we can enjoy our meal. So, we understand this may be the last administration from this Washington football team. So, on behalf of Pick Six Sports and the Dallas Cowboys fan base, Washington football team, you will be served, and we will kick you out. Y'all enjoy your Thanksgiving.
Oh, all right.
Did you say shove an apple down their throat? Pause.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
I kept saying pause. I kept saying pause for everything.
And
I
then,
was like, pause.
hey, look, it's the underneath bars there. Look, the ingenious part about that. Talk about the Washington and their last administration. Talk about the coaching staff. The ties they have bond.
Good
That's
stuff, man. Good
administration.
stuff. I'll drink to
Oh
that.
my goodness! You know what? Dadgummit, I will too. I will too. Nikes, man, ladies and gentlemen, man. We hope y'all came through. Hope y'all enjoyed. Obviously, enjoy your loved ones. Enjoy Turkey Day. Call your people that can't be with you. Let them know that you love them. You're thinking about them. Drop them a text message if you can't call them. I know this day and time we all have phones, but nobody calls nobody. Message them whatever DM, whatever it is that you have. WhatsApp. I don't know what that is, but I hear the kids are all about that now. Whatever it is, make sure you reach out to your people. If you can't be in the physical form and love them, get you a great plate. If you can't get a plate, find a plate. If you're in the 903 area, man, reach out to me. I got plates on deck. I'll feed you for sure. It is what it is. Dom, I know you probably cooking up something lovely over there. I didn't see you cook before. What you cooking? I forgot. That's the one question I didn't get to tonight. Are you doing anything special on your end, or are you just traditional?
Typical. We're a ham
Traditional?
family. Yeah, we're a ham family. No turkey.
Oh wow,
Fair enough.
interesting.
Dressing, mac and cheese, sweet potato pie. I made a crab cake. That's a new
Mm.
and yeah, it's good.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Gonna
I,
have
I, mean, I need to pull
mashed
up. Well,
potatoes, the gravy, all that.
make sure though as we're eating before the game, make sure you save space because you do have during the game you got to eat a 40 burger. So just remember, save space for that 40 burger,
Oh
right?
yeah.
On everything else. Would that be something? Spin the block here, Mary. Last word from you.
Yeah, let's get this dub. Let's well, we got like 5, 6 more games. Let's go undefeated until the playoffs, man.
You got
7.
seven. You got seven.
Undefeated. Let's do it.
Run it up, Spoonie. Last word from you.
Dominate, celebrate, and let's ride together all the way.
Dom.
Interesting last word. I'm gonna be brief. Shaq Leonard. I'm a coach follower, y'all. He ain't what he was, but he still got a little something left.
Yeah, we just need that little something. That's fine.
If we get him great depth piece, because you know it's a violent position, so you would want somebody like him with his experience. He can't turn and flip those hips like he used to. He can't do the lateral stuff like he quite used to, but he still got enough in him. So if we're able to get him, great. If we don't fall all out. We're doing just fine at linebacker with what we have.
We're Cowboys Nation. We're going to fall out.
Yeah.
Especially if he goes to that green team.
Okay, you already know.
Yeah.
Hey,
Facts.
Quasi kept, don't lose check in San Francisco. I heard something.
Yeah.
Just saying. I'll talk for later. But with that being said, now, Dom, that was Shaq Leonard. Do you want to give a last word on anything else? Are you good?
Eat again.
Yeah.
Watch this W, and we might do a little space after. Who knows?
Oh, we will. We will. Y'all be safe. We'll catch you on the flip side.
Bye.
Peace.